Welcome, guys. Welcome, Troy. Welcome, Adrian.
Thanks for having us.
This is almost first time you're with me actually interviewing people, and what a crew do we have here, hey?
Yeah, the new wave of entrepreneurs. You're really writing the textbook of the new way of entrepreneurship.
Right? Well, the old school way was all about networking, and now it's all about how much hype you can create.
I want to start this conversation by, at the moment, both of you guys, and specifically you, Adrian, so much media out there, and there's also so much success with both of your businesses, but wasn't always like that. Where did it all start? What did make Adrian today over the years?
It's the Adrian no one knew about, you know. I was just locked up in a room by myself, just constantly grinding, failing, trying again, failing, trying again, failing, until, you know, just willing to go out there and just make it happen. So,
and people don't realize, obviously, when people see you where you are now, they don't realize the pain that you actually went through to actually have your business where you are today. And same for you, Troy, and same for all of us, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
You think about...
They only see, people only find out about you once you're in the media, or once people are talking about you. Before that, they didn't know who you were, what you're doing. So all they see is, oh, this guy just made it easy, like blah blah. But same story. No one ever knows the struggles we all went through.
The worst thing anyone says is that you got lucky.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all copped it. You're lucky to be in the position you are. No, we're not. We fall for it.
I mean, look, we all create our own luck. Do you ever see little Troy, who was 10 years old, ever talk to him and say, hey, buddy, we have fucking done well?
Yeah, I get told to sort of appreciate stuff, but at the same time, and I'm sure you guys are in the same position, shit's moving so fast and life's moving so fast, you almost don't get a chance to stop and smell the roses and actually appreciate how far you've come. You're just on to the next thing and next thing and next thing. And
but you guys don't have time to smell any roses because there's so much happening. You know, you got this G-Up drink together. Yeah. There's obviously other businesses you guys have together as well. So you probably both don't have time to be out on sun and smell the roses.
Fuck the roses. We'll just walk straight through them.
Fuck the roses. I am the rose, huh?
We always make jokes about it because we always whinge to each other going, fuck, phone call, meeting here, there, travel, this. Oh, it's life so hectic. And then we always make a joke because occasionally we've had a couple of times where it's slowed down and then we've been bored as fuck.
Which is really cool. I always say 1 in 100 business partnerships work, because a lot of people, they don't have same drive, same vision. And, you know, obviously Sam and myself, we're in a business together as well, but, you know, crossing that line, oh my God, you know, should I take the partnership? But with you guys, was that a big decision for you to go into partnership together?
I was approaching Troy for a number of years. I said, mate, because I was relatively low key, but I knew what we were doing behind the scenes.
And now he's thinking, thanks, fuck, I went there then.
And I say that to him all the time. I say, mate, I'm fucking glad that, because he didn't just ask me once.
Yeah.
He asked me, you know, every 9, 12 months, like, have you thought about it yet? Have you thought about it yet? And it wasn't until my missus said, because he said, I'm going to fly up and meet you. And my missus goes, what do you got? Go for lunch with him. Well, what do you got to lose, you know? And then, and you know, it's like over the years, you've been burnt that many times. You get in a shell where you think everyone's out to attack you. 99% of people are, but you forget that there is good people with good opportunity and stuff. And I'm like thankful as fuck that we linked up together. And I do think we have different strengths and weaknesses. Like, I created a completely organic brand and knew nothing about lists, numbers, building an actual structural side of the business. And then Adrian, on the other hand, he had to start from scratch with no organic following, but he knew how to do building lists, emails, Facebooks, texts, and built. So when we came together, it was literally like, you know, game over. Like this.
So I think you were building more yourself as a brand, but Adrian, you were focused on building actually business as a brand, which is very similar to you, Simon. Hey.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. It was exactly like that.
And so, you know, from Adrian, when I've spoken to you and stuff, you're across every aspect and run like what I've never heard of a company running so lean and be so successful. Like, how do you juggle all those areas and keep all those balls in the air across all those different aspects of the business and run such a low team?
I think it was like, because starting in the whole tech space, I didn't have the money to employ people. So I just had to learn how to do everything myself. So I still hire people, but it's more like a contractual basis.
Yes.
You know, we create the blueprints, we do all the legwork, and then we just get someone to just piece it together. So I didn't have the funds to do that. I didn't have the funds to outsource work. I had to do a lot of it myself. And then, you know, I've applied the same thing with LMCT. So we've literally got no employees. I refuse to get any employees, and we just run everything as automated as possible. And that's what we do. Every week we're just trying to automate something where we don't need someone to do anything.
And also, if you're using contractors as well, they actually have interest to keep you as a client instead of not have that care factor.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like employees these days, they're just, I've had a couple in my time, they just take the piss. They just, I don't know, I had a hard time, and especially with Troy. Troy's had a bad time with employees and that, and it just put me off that whole aspect of things. So I've created the business where it's just, a lot of it's automated. That's what we're trying to do, just trying to automate as possible. And it's online businesses. You don't, you know, brick and mortar, different story, but it's an online business. Everything can be done, you know.
I definitely think this is the future, you know, and it's like the gig economy coming small. It's specific jobs. You're paid to do a job like the contractor, like, because it's almost, especially with AI and everything, it's like the death of the billable hour, you know, to be paid per hour for doing something. If you plug in and fix it together, you get paid for the value you create.
Exactly.
And that's what you've really done. And, you know, I suppose like all the media and everything of you putting LMCT up for sale, but I know in the entrepreneur community, like so much of that shared around of like, it's just for all of us, you know, like 1,000 employees things, it's just like, oh my God, like you're beating us without any of the headache and you've really like set a new blueprint, which has attracted so much interest into what you're doing. And it's probably going to kick off a huge trend in that way, you know, of businesses from a first principles perspective of like a new way of looking at it. Like, well, did you build it from that first principles at the start of like, you know, creating the giveaway, creating the excitement, the emotion, creating the simplified ad? Did you have that at the start, like the vision, or it just sort of evolved?
It evolved to what it is today, but as all businesses do. But in the beginning, it was only me and a contractor out of Turkey that we still keep in contact. So it was just one 19-year-old kid out of Turkey, and we built software to buy and sell cars. So it was scraping data from all car sales, used car sales websites, auction houses, and it was comparing it with used car market value. So we were able to click a button, it'll filter through 200,000 cars and show you on paper what's the most profitable car you can buy to buy and sell.
And was that the first business you got into?
That was that was one iteration of LMCT. That was the first iteration. And then we launched that. It wasn't going to the speed I wanted it to go at. I knew it was a brilliant idea, so I'm like, I'm just gonna give away a car and try build some hype and push it that way. So there was no intention of doing giveaways. There was no intention of making money from it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to run that and potentially, hopefully, builds enough hype to get some traction and, you know, fast pace the movement. So, and then obviously it just eventuated from that, and we just kept evolving from that first phase of.
And when did that light bulb moment of the subscription come in? Because I suppose that was the thing. When I saw that, I was just like, oh, that's fucking
Which
genius.
is becoming so huge at the moment.
Oh, it's funny because I created, and this is where people are going wrong. They want to create a subscription model from the get-go. Yeah. I actually started LMCT Plus as a subscription model, and I refused to go. There was the one-off payment that we later implemented, but I wanted that cash flow, that monthly steady cash flow, so we can evolve, you know, and develop. And it just tanked. It completely tanked. I couldn't push anything.
We laughed, like, because the way we were doing it at the start, and then I had feedback, and they said, hey, I bought a thing off LMCT, and it started recurring monthly, and people were freaking out. They're like,
Yeah, they weren't happy. People,
Ah.
I think back then, 5-6 years ago as well, especially in Australia,
It wasn't big at
a
all. then.
subscription model business wasn't big.
Yeah.
it almost
In
felt
the
like an
States-
invasion of like, you haven't got control of your. You're like, hang on,
Yeah.
they're taking my money out.
Yeah.
Like now, subscription's so normal, but
Yeah.
So in the
You
US,
guys were the first really breaking the ice.
so in the US
He was, yeah.
in
Yeah.
the US it was normal, but when I brought it here, everyone was just like, nah, and I was tanking. I only made like a couple of grand in 4 months of subscriptions. I'm like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my car. And then I just had this epiphany in my dream once, as corny as it sounds, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a trial period, one-off payment, and see what happens. And it absolutely skyrocketed. So we held that for a couple of years. We built the brand, built the trust, and then once we did that, then we brought back the subscription model, and then it went.
But you already had the brand
We
that
had
you
the
can
brand.
actually leverage.
We had the trust, we had the brand.
Yeah.
People didn't understand the subscription model back then. We deleted it. A couple of
That
years we
makes
ran.
so much sense.
And then
and
once
that's
we-
you see everyone jumping now straight to subscription.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's it,
work.
yeah.
And that's it. People are jumping in, and people are just like, especially in Australia, they're more hesitant. They're like, nah.
Well, the
We're
crazy
not
thing
gonna-
is the car giveaway's been around forever. Like my mum used to fill them out on Women's Weekly and magazines, and then you see them in shopping centres
Yeah.
selling raffle
That's it.
tickets. And then when I got approached by a charity, they said we want to use a social media following to sell charity tickets, and that's what I thought. I've never heard of that. Like, you know, that was real weird. And then Adrian again took it next level, and instead of selling raffle tickets, made trade promotions to actually where you're selling a product and you're going into the draw with access to the cars. So really quickly it went from car raffles in a shopping centre to, like, I guess I was taking it more digital and using like an organic following to push.
Yeah.
And Adrian took it next level again and said, nah, I'm going to reinvent it again and make this. And that's where we were we weren't against each other because we weren't doing the same thing, but we sort of had the same things, and it took a while for us to...
Before you guys got together, you know, in a business partnership, were you guys competing against each other heavily?
There was no bad blood, but we'd take the piss a bit. Like, I had some fuck-ups, and I know they would have been laughing, and he had some fuck-ups, and
Cheers to that.
And it's the same thing, it's completely different. So there was the raffles and we were doing the giveaways.
Yeah.
So when I first launched, funny story, when I first launched LMCT, I'm like, I'm just going to raffle off the car. Ignorance. Got in there, started raffling. I got hit up straight away by the Gaming Commission, and they're like, you can't just go and raffle a car.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hung up, and it was that pivotal moment where it was just like, I could have thrown it all in and be like, all right, I'll go back to the drawing board and come up with a different way to
Which
try
most people
boost
would.
his business.
Most people would
Most
walk
people
away.
would have. But I remember I was at my parents' house then, and I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck, for the last 10 minutes, I'm like, what happens if I just gave the car away to one of my members or that bought the software, and then I give them, anyone that's bought the software, I give the car to them. So 10 minutes later, I called back the Gaming Commission and I said, hey, what happens if I gave my car away to one of my customers?
Yes.
And she sat there and she's just like, that works, yeah. I'm like, okay, bye. Rechanged everything, got rid of the word raffle out of everywhere, and it's not a loophole, but
Yeah.
it's a legal way to give away a car.
Well,
And that's how the whole industry started.
And that's what a lot of people don't know, because I do get asked, people go, do you ever get angry or you ever upset how lucky Adrian was when you both did the same thing at the same time and how much money he's got? I'm like, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I literally got told, no, you do charity things, and I just put my head down and kept doing it.
Yeah.
Adrian thought, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna rethink, and he come through with it. We're in the exact same position at the exact same time, except I just thought, I got told no, it is what it is. I'll keep doing this. And Adrian thought, no, there has to be another way. So like, that's, a lot of people don't know that when they're like, oh, you know, are you upset how lucky Adrian got? I'm like, he didn't get lucky. He just thought outside the box and didn't take no for an answer, and then worked a way to do it differently. And that's, a lot of people don't know that. Like, they think we did the exact same thing, but his outcome was completely different. I would say he pioneered the whole movement from charity raffles to trade promotions. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so hard, all these people trying to copy and replicate it now. we're talking 2017. They're 6 years behind.
Yeah.
They don't know what we know, and they can't do what we can do, and they can't offer the value that we can offer, and they don't have a good reputation with it. Paul, they can make a new one and burn it, make a new one and burn it.
But they're not building the brand.
We
full
can't
stop.
burn our name. We care about, like, you know, we've worked our asses off. This is our life now. We don't want to burn anyone. We care about our name. Like, it's just, you just can't replicate it.
But I think you guys are more genius marketers than your competitors, because you're constantly taking things to another level and being a little bit edgy. How you actually market yourselves and the business benefits from that as well.
Well, Simon would know as well, back in 2017, so we built LMCT completely from Facebook marketing.
Yeah.
2017 was a completely different time.
Oh, the glory days.
Right? And we were lucky. We were able to build the business to what it is today based on Facebook marketing. 90% of our traffic was through, I'd say even more, 95% of our traffic, how we built our list was from Facebook marketing. These days, Facebook marketing isn't what it was back in 2017. And that's why I try to tell people, because we make it look so easy that people think they can just jump in and get this lifestyle. It's not like that at all. We were in a time where Facebook was a lot easier than what it is today.
The data and the tracking.
The tracking.
But what about, I suppose, one of the new Facebook checkouts that they're making compulsory, which is going to really increase that signal. I don't know if you guys have looked into that, but that could be, that's their sort of internal way of telling us, like, it's going to go back to the glory days.
They're trying. They're trying to
pre-iOS 14, but
something's got to give, because
you keep them in app, you never click them out.
Yeah.
But you can build that whole checkout inside
within Facebook.
Which for your product, with your pitch, which there's not a, it's really high converting. They don't need to think about it. Like, they'll stay in checkout.
Well, they've got to fix it, because if you look at your average e-com brand and stuff, for you to spend money on ads, by the time you pay for your pick, packing, your product and that, you have to be running it like a 4 or 5x. If you're not running it that, you can't run an ad. We're lucky that we're sending out like a digital access subscription, so we can run it like a bit lower. But if Facebook has to do something, because it's just not viable. And
because it's part of that is that, because it's an auction, right? You're taking all the inventory of the ads.
Yeah.
Because you can always outbid us because you don't have that cost.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing, and that's how it was built. LMCT was built as a subscription model.
Yeah.
Software. So there's none of them overheads of merch or whatever. And we were able to outbid everyone. We run our bids at a ridiculous margin because we can, and we just outbid, a lot of the competition. So we've got a lot of money to spend on ads. So we just flood the market and just completely saturate it.
And that's when I left the guys I was with, like working for the charity and stuff too. I said, guys, it comes to the end of the road. I've got my audience, which I've retargeted and retargeted and retargeted. But I said, put that aside. I didn't know Adrian then, but I'm like, every time I open my phone, this guy is at the front. He's at the top of my newsfeed every single time. If you guys aren't going to be prepared to...
I think he was doing that on purpose just for you.
I was targeting Holden,
freaking my head are going towards me.
Targeting mullets, bogans, VBs, VTs,
skids, burnouts.
So whatever comes your way.
Everyone else is like,
I was subliminally programming his brain to come across.
I'm going to get him, and even when he's freaking sleeping, I'm there, full stop. I think one of the fascinating things as well that both of you guys have started from absolutely nothing. And as much noise as you guys are making right now, you're also showing average bloke out there is fucking possible. You can be nobody, you can start with absolutely nothing, and you can come to the stage where you're freaking lifting your $3 million McLaren to level 57. It's possible.
Well, I think me and Troy he's from one side of Melbourne, I'm from the other. We're not the most, I wouldn't say we're not educated. Like, not educated, but we're not.
Yes,
we did school, but people ask for qualifications.
We're not things, but we're just go-getters in the sense of we just know what we want and we'll do whatever we can to get it. And
which is a huge inspiration from somebody who's 20 years old, that it is possible.
Well, we were the generation, I'm sure Adrian was the same, but my parents and people around them sort of said, if you finish year 12 and you don't go on to uni and that you're broke for the rest of your life. That was the generation we're at. we were sort of at the start of a change where it's like you don't need a certificate for in this, or you don't need a diploma of that, or you don't need this. But that was drilled into my brain. I don't know about you, but you know, I dropped out of graphic design. I got blasted by my parents because when I finished out, I went into graphic design. I dropped out, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and I actually started to think like, you know, is everyone right? Like if I'm not at uni, like between us, my missus is still paying off a HEX for a top of line beauty course that she did when she was 19 or 20.
I thought you were gonna say beauty course for freaking you, Troy.
But she hasn't. She used it for 2 months and dropped, and she's still copping it now. It's like, I can't remember, something stupid like 60,000-70,000 for a year that just comes off her taxes.
You know, interesting. You just saying this.
She's not using it.
I had a conversation with one of guys from Melbourne, and Marty Fox. He's a good real estate operator. He's got a couple of real estate offices, and he said that today's generation, they want everything today, right? Even real estate, for example. But what people don't realize, let's say you want to be accountant, you got to go 4 years to university, and then after your 4 years, you're also left with X fee that you have to pay your studies, and then you're going to hustle your way for a couple of years so you can maybe earn 60-70 grand a year. And that is any business as well. If you are starting any business, you have to be prepared 4, 5, 6 years of hustling, eating shit, being creative, and the pain that goes with it before you see, you know, some sunlight.
Yeah, 100%.
And people, when they watch you guys, specifically, you know, with all the media that is happening, they think, oh my God, I want that today, without realizing, you know, it didn't happen overnight for any of you guys.
It's funny, I asked like a lot of like, you know, whether it's nephews or cousins or family friends, sons and daughters, oh, you know, what do you want to do when you're older? I reckon like at least 50% of them say YouTuber. Which is insane. Like imagine us when we were kids wanting to make videos on the internet. You wouldn't find one kid that wanted to.
So question for you two, what do you guys want to do when you grow up?
I've never thought that far.
I don't think a lot of us will ever grow up. It's good to keep our youth. A couple of days ago, every year I watch Warren Buffett and his right-hand man, Charlie. I watch once a year, they actually speak to all the shareholders. And it's interesting, one of them is 92 years old, which is worth of 100 billion. And his vice president is 99 years old, Charlie, 99 years old.
That's for you. Oh,
and
legend.
The boys are still actively freaking working. One is 92, one is 99, worth billions of dollars. They're still freaking active. Do you think you two will be that?
Mate, we won't, will you? No.
I think we'll be making. This is the thing too. Is I think we're at a stage where we've built ourselves and our brands, and we've also got the trust of people who want to do business with us to know what we're doing. Where we're actually so selective now, where we only sort of do stuff if we're got an interest and we enjoy it. Like that's why we've started doing this. The energy drink, it's stuff that flows in with our lifestyle. So who knows, we might be working when we're old, but I guarantee if it's making, like, we'll be doing something that makes us money, but we'll be loving it. Like that we're past the slave away for 80 hours for no money. We've come to the point, you guys are the same. You're not going to do shit now unless it interests you, or you have a bit of fun, or...
But somehow I still got this image, you guys, when you're both 95 years old, being on some freaking $100 million yacht, drinking J-ups.
Yeah, and that'll be work. And that'll be work. We'll be...
Make sure you invite two of us to actually join you, you know.
Mate, it's a blessing we connected. It's very hard to find like-minded people that won't try to stitch you over. I'm sure you guys know as well.
100%.
When you get to a certain level, it's so hard to bring people into your life, and the fact that we're both on the right mindset and we just push each other every day, and it's a blessing.
Tell us about a G-Up.
What do you reckon?
Well, I think it's my third bottle, so...
It's awesome, and I always
good.
said that, like, for what you know, from the outside watching, like, how much money you basically reignited Vodka Cruiser from dead in the water to it was always the thing, but you were the one that influenced that, and it made such a logical choice. Wait, I can make a better product, I can control the narrative and create even more of that emotion to drinking it.
Yeah.
You know, I saw it, I was like, genius.
Yeah, well, it worked out. It was, so obviously I reached out to Cruiser first because I've always just never given a fuck what people think about me. If I do something to my car that they don't like, or wrap it a way they don't like, or I've never cared about trying to please everyone and fit in with them. I'll just do what I want to do. And if I wear a pink outfit and people say that, what are you doing? You look weird, I couldn't give a fuck. And
That would suit you a little bit though.
a huge part of it was the drinks. Everyone was drinking beers to fit in, this and that. I give me shit for drinking cruisers. It's girls drink. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It tastes good. I'll get drunk. I'm having fun. I'm going to drink it. I don't care if you think it's a girl's drink. And I started putting on my stories, and obviously with the snorkel, it took off and blah, blah. And I reached out to Cruiser. I said, let's do maybe my own flavor or like some sort of collaboration. So, whatever, no. And then it really got me thinking, I'm like, fuck, I have to make my own drink. And I knew that the Cruiser trend was moving because October 2020 was when the snorkel was peaking. I was just doing by myself $100,000 a month online, organically, just with snorkels.
But you probably drank about 80 grand worth of cruises yourself.
Yeah. And I remember this one day, I can't remember where I was. I think I came up to the Gold Coast. I walked into 3 bottle-os, and before I walked in, there was a paper A4 sign out the front saying, sorry, if you're after vodka cruisers, we're currently out of stock. And I'm like, how has vodka cruiser been around for 10 years, 20 years, and they can't supply? I'm like, this is because of the fucking snorkel. Like, everyone is fucking... And then I thought, I've got to make my own drink. Long story short, heaps of hurdles. I learned how regulated the alcohol industry is, very hard, licensing, stuff like that.
Which is easy to give up on the journey as well, because you can easily say, fuck me, it's too complicated, I'm going to walk away. But you kept pushing.
Well, putting years and years into it, I sort of came too far to turn back, where I didn't want to waste time and money, and I thought I have to see it out. And even up to having hurdles now, when I realised I did a forecast, and because of the tax in alcohol, the margins are so small, and I thought, fuck, for us to service Australia-wide and get the money, it's going to take us like 2-3 years of trading. And that was like same thing, perfect, working with Adrian. Hey, we're going to go, we're going to have to do an investment round, but we'd love to keep it with friends, keep it in the group. Adrian, straight away, knows what we're doing. Yep, come in, let's make it happen. Whatever we need, let's go. And like, we've fast-tracked what would traditionally take an alcohol brand to earn trust and branding, but Troy Candy and Adrian and LMCT already brought that in. So we've got the trust, the cult following, and everything. Then to get the profit and the turnover and the serviceability to service Australia with like Adrian coming on as investor, bang, straight away. We're fast tracking, like we're looking at doing numbers without getting too much detail. It should traditionally take 5-6 years.
Yeah.
We'll be by the end of the year, we're hoping like to be doing $1 million months.
Wow.
With getting servicing Australia wide, and it's just it's also like it's flowing so good now, and like it's on brand and nothing's fake. Like, we genuinely enjoy the drink. We like being out drinking it. We've made a good product. We're not just people with a following trying to push shit in front of people's faces, which 90% of people do. Like, I get hit up all the time, say, hey, can you sell this? They'll send it out, and I'm like, that's junk. That quality of that phone case is shit. I'm not posting this for you.
You guys have enough business experience that you're actually taking things seriously, not just doing it for the fuck of it and see if it works or not.
Yeah.
You actually really put time, effort, and money behind it to actually make it work.
Yeah, make sure.
And you're building a true brand. It's not a promo.
No.
It's a fucking brand.
No, I want to see this out. And I don't want to go, hey, because of Adrian and I's following, we managed to fuck off $500,000 worth of cartons, even if they're never going to drink them again. I wanted something to go, I want our brand to make them buy it. And once they try it, they go, fuck, this is good, and then
it's actually really drinkable. The only problem with this drink I can see right now, we're having this interview and was like, fuck, I feel like having the third or fourth one. But if I have any more, this is going to be all fucking going down to shit. So I was like, okay, pace myself so it doesn't go that fast.
As soon as I saw the electrolytes part, because it is on the biggest one of like, when I'm drunk, I'm sculling the hell out of the Powerade before you go to bed, because it does really help with the hangover the next day. That's the dehydration.
Actually, it's not a wanky thing. We have electrolytes in there.
I can't believe no one's done that. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God.
So we run into a few hurdles, but you're not allowed to promote health benefits of a drink. So I can't say, guys, drink this. It's got electrolytes. You'll pull up sweet in the morning.
Yeah.
I have to rely on people to
Do you want another one or?
Trust.
I'm good for now.
Trust it. and just try for themselves. I'm not allowed to push it at all. So I just have to rely that they try it for themselves, and that's all I can say. I can't say this will cure your hangover, this, that. But yes, I'm very surprised. And you know what? Same as Adrian, once he did his thing with the trade promotions and then you see $1 million, I'm calling it now. 2024 is going to be the year of the electrolyte beverages.
Yeah.
And the best way to deal with the hangover, just have another one.
You can say that. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I got no interest in your business, so I can say whatever
exactly.
I like.
But thank you.
But so that's so you and so G Up, you guys just did it all yourself, no other investors.
No, it's
You've got.
so the people like manufacturing stuff have a small investment in it, which
Okay.
was purely, obviously it's a smart move. You want the
Yeah,
people
to be
pushing it
aligned,
to,
yeah.
hey, we need this, we need that, let's go. But yeah, it's just at the moment, it's just the boys.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A couple of boys got together, all on the same page. Adrian, you have made a lot of noise over the last 12 months with being on the block with a bright yellow Lamborghini. You can't miss it from the freaking sky. And made a lot of noise there. You end up buying a home there, and that was a big deal. I think the house that you purchased was over $4 million. A lot of people thought, wow, that's a big deal. A week ago, you end up buying a apartment or penthouse for $39 million. And that's big deal. What's even crazier, you end up lifting a $3 million car 57 levels above freaking road. Tell us about that. Exciting?
It is exciting. Yeah, so apartment came up for sale. So the media says one thing, obviously to the average person, they think it's a waste of money. There's obviously a lot of homework and business behind the scenes. We've actually part of an investment group that's got operational rights to the Shangri-La next door. So we run the operations of the Shangri-La.
Yes.
Clearly there was a deal there between the penthouse, getting the car up there, the furnishings. There was a big deal involved. So
Yes.
what you see in the media isn't entirely true, but we'll just run with it to get the publicity.
But saying that, getting publicity is fantastic. It can build up your brand. But at the same time, how do you deal as a human being with negative press or negativity? Specifically in Australia, there's this big tall puppy syndrome. How do you actually go to bed and, having all this negative? Are you bulletproof when it comes to any negativity?
You got to remember, if everything was positive, that article would have died down within a few hours.
Yes.
The fact that there's haters, you got to play to it. Haters are the ones that make it viral. People, you got to have parties on both sides, like an auction. If there's
Yes.
one person, it's going to die. If there's two people, it's going to keep going.
Yes.
Controversy
It created
grows
controversy. You need haters. Look at all the influential people these days. Andrew Tate, Conor McGregor, all these people. Elon Musk, for example. They're all got a lot of hate. They've all got a lot of support, and it creates hype. So
You can't please everybody. I always say, as long as I deeply know that I'm doing the right thing for me and my family and for everybody else, that's what matters. You can't stop people from being positive or negative. That's their opinion.
it's
We all
always
got
going to
one.
be there. So play to it. Make it, use it as your advantage. And we constantly just poke people. We poke people now
we asked for it.
to get a reaction. So
Look at Holden and Ford. If they didn't have rivalry, would they have been... You got the guy wearing the Holden hat, the Holden jacket, his mate buys a Ford, what are you doing, blah, 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 vice versa. There's always constantly talked about hype, about supercars, this, that. There's so much rivalry there.
Am I even allowed to ask you, do you like Holden or Ford better?
Surely you should know.
I know I can't
Someone
ask.
throw this guy off the boat.
I cannot ask Adrian that because Adrian will be like, I'm fucking going to Europe straight away for cars.
I like all cars, and I reckon Troy does it. I reckon the older Troy gets,
I reckon he likes all cars
He likes all
secretly,
cars as
even
well.
his-
I do.
because
Yeah.
when he got a Ford, he was like, fuck. He
Yeah.
he had a grin ear to ear. So
Now I just appreciate
you just
little,
appreciate just
So
engineering.
you're just
people's
car guy,
vision.
and you just enjoy, whatever is really on four wheels.
Yeah.
As long
Yeah.
as it's fast,
Yeah.
can do burnouts.
you just got to appreciate,
Yeah.
appreciate someone's vision. That's
I'm
all
not
it
gonna
is.
lie, I'm like, I rented my mate's Juresic in Melbourne for a while, and I just saw it be an overpriced piece of shit Lamborghini 4-wheel drive, and it was one of the best cars. Like, I could put the family in it, a full boot, it was fast, it was loud, sound sick, the technology, the drivability, and I was like, sort of like, fuck, I think I want a Urus.
You can relate to that.
Yeah, I got the wide. I put the wide body kit on my Urus.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
1016
Oh,
industry
yeah.
size.
Fuck, that'll look sick.
Yeah, you had to cut the car to put it on. I was like, oh, it's a bad.
Did you?
Yeah, but it looks so good. But the problem is, it doesn't fit in the lanes though.
Oh,
because
bullshit.
it's so wide. It looks like you're so to park it.
No more Macca's drive-throughs.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Interesting,
I love that
interesting
car.
how cars can actually bring people together. Simon and I met. We both ended up buying 2 Lamborghini Aventador Ultimates, and we met on the night when we were picking up the cars. And here we are today,
Yeah.
drinking G up.
How's that?
But we met at the F1.
Yeah,
the
there you go.
cars, Yeah.
Cars.
So cars actually bring a lot of people together.
Yeah.
Probably
Full
most
stop.
of my mates now have been through cars where they were a customer getting their car wrapped or whatever, stuff like that. Because it's cars are just a little bit of it, but realistically you end up hanging out with people in the same interests and
Yeah.
the same mindset. So maybe cars was just 1% of it. That person that's liking the car or getting that nice car is because he's also got a successful business. He's got a successful business because he enjoys entrepreneurship and the blah blah. And then you find the car was just the 2%, but the reason he's got the nice car is the reason he's got the business is the mindset.
Yeah.
And then that's the whole like thing where you're like, hey, I like hanging out with this guy because he thinks like me and he's on the same level. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
that
lot
is,
more.
it's like that overlap thing, and it brings it all together.
Yeah, I
You're
think
right.
it's a lot more to it than just the car. It's all the reason
Yeah.
they got that. Yeah.
Question for both of you. What's next?
Go on.
Get married. Nah,
I was not expecting that.
Is that for you
Nah.
or for him?
we're so close to getting this energy drink out there. I think it's hard to say what's next. We're still growing and innovating LMCT. There's so much room to like, we just did a 48-hour house giveaway. No one's done that in the world. The same thing, putting the balls on the line to go to the next level. You know, we didn't really make a lot of money off it, but people were just like, what the fuck? These guys are just, and now we've got members, you know, paying weekly $5 a week. Now they're going into a house, just that's just one of the giveaways for the week. They're going into cars, bikes, boats. So pushing the limits on that, innovating the energy drink. Adrian's got a million things behind the scenes that no one would know about, like all the childcare.
But there's no
centres.
stopping.
It's
Nah.
Because you're a little
I
bit
don't-
in a property as well, Adrian.
Yeah. We don't. Well, I don't think we look into the future. I think it's just day by day. Yeah. It's just,
Yes.
I don't even
I don't
know.
look into the
I'll just
future.
be in the car with him and he'll be on hands-free Bluetooth. He'll be like, oh, Adrian, with this development, blah, blah. And then he'll get off the phone and we'll go, what development are you doing? He's like, oh, I've got these houses in Tassie, New South Wales, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. So it's...
I think you
Day
two
by
are
day.
just 2 guys that are giving a fucking good crack, and you're absolutely loving life
Yeah.
at the moment. And we're definitely grateful that both of you said yes to talking to us today.
oh, thanks
and,
for inviting us out too.
So I look forward to this camera being off so we can actually get drunk here.
Emil's already getting
Where are the hidden strippers?
You can come out now.
Don't say that twice, there's a big fat guy coming out now. Bring it on.